Hello, hello, hello. We're live with another episode of McNair Podcast, episode 57. We're here for great basketball talk today. We usually do shenanigans, music talk, a lot of that, but we're here with some hoopers today. First, we'll introduce a familiar guest on the show. Brother Che is here once again. How you doing, sir?
Yep. It's your boy Jake. I'm doing pretty well, man. Glad to be back. Here with my other brother Julian. Yeah, man. I'm just ready.
What's going on, fellas? Julian Adams. Just here to enjoy some good basketball talk. Here to share ideas. I'm interested to hear some thoughts on some basketball talk. Today's state of basketball.
Love to hear it. Now before we get into that, Julian, I'd like to give the first time guest, a platform. Just tell us about yourself. Any goals, any accomplishments you've had recently. Anything you want to brag about, tell the people about, man. Let us know.
Class of 2021 at Drexel University in Philadelphia, chemical engineering major. Won the first conference championship in 25 years. Made some history. Got some jewelry. Got to walk on to the basketball team my third year at Drexel and played 3 years. So it was a great experience, phenomenal experience, and just really grateful for the opportunity and the ability to have that experience. That's not many. Something not many people get to have. So I'm really grateful and appreciative for sticking it out and fighting through my journey. So.
We love to see it, man. We got D1 Hoopers on the show. Stop playing with us, man. Stop playing with us. What are we doing?
Yeah.
No, fact, man. Come on, we all levels. We got real basketball knowledge. I just be talking my cash, but we got actual hoopers. Know the game on here. You feel me? Now we got to talk about the finals. Finals ended last week. The Warriors have won another ring. Sadly. I'm not a Steph hater. It's just I'm a Chris Paul fan, so I can't really support Steph.
Right.
They won in 6 games. I thought Boston had a chance. They were up 2-1 and then lost 3 straight. Julian is a Celtics fan here, so I think I'm going to let you start off, sir. How do you feel about the series? Do you think your boys could have really got it done? Talk to me.
Let me just give a disclaimer. I am not, like you said, I am not a Steph hater by any means. You know what I mean? Like, bro came from a mid-major, made it happen. He's not bigger than nobody. He's not more athletic than nobody. He's just incredibly talented and motivated. And, you factor that in with, like, Clay being on the team and he had to fight through, his journey with injuries and whatnot. Like, I can appreciate that. As an athlete, we all can, like, fighting through something that you kind of have to thug it out and make it work and staying, persevering through stuff. I think that's something is admirable. With that being said, though, of course I was, disappointed with the Celtics. I wanted to win. That ring for Tatum would put him in a conversation, of course, that like, and this is early too. We were just talking about draft class. This is early. He's draft class 2017, I think we said, and this would be a very good start to his career to have that experience. He had a lot of playoff experience. I think they were saying that the core 4 on the Celtics has been in the playoffs, I think, pretty much every year since they kind of grouped up. So that's something beautiful to see, and I think that we have a bright future ahead. But we'll let the Warriors have that one for right now. We're gonna get our lick back. It's all good.
But Nate, how did you feel about the series?
I would say I was a little disappointed in the Boston Celtics. I'm not going to lie. I kind of, as for them to be a young team, I do expect a lot from them. You know what I'm saying? For they were the ones that were in the Eastern Conference Finals with LeBron in 2018. And then they were in the bubble Eastern Conference Finals with Miami. And I feel as though those 2 teams were probably some of the best Eastern Conference teams in the last 8 years, I would say so. You know what I'm saying? Because there was a lot of great performances in the bubble, and we just can't deny that. But I think the Boston Celtics definitely gave the Warriors 2 games. I think that game 4, where Boston was up pretty much the whole game, and then that game 5, when the Warriors just kind of just had control of the whole game. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not mistaken, was this Steph's worst game in the series?
Yeah,
Was it
I don't
game
know when he
5?
went 0 for 9.
That
Yeah.
he didn't hit. He
Didn't
didn't
hit
hit
a
a three.
three. The Celtics
You know what I'm
lost.
saying? Didn't hit a single three. And I just, like you said, Julian, like the Boston still has a bright future because they played so many playoff games already. But when you're going against the Golden State Warriors that has all the experience, that's when you got to really come back to reality and be like, okay, who are they really going against right now? You know what I'm saying? Who are they really going against? And they're going against Steph, who, was motivated to get that Finals MVP. And, I've never been a Steph hater. I've always been a Steph lover. Even as a LeBron fan, I can just appreciate him. But it's just, we'll get to the other stuff, but it's just the media that kind of wants to put him in, certain conversations now. And it's just like, what made Steph different from Friday to Monday? You know what I'm saying? Like one day can change the whole thing. And if it changes for somebody, cool. But it's just hard for me to start putting him in conversations when, this is his first final showing that he himself, I'm taking my team to the promised land, just me. So he did that. So congrats to him. Tatum will be back. This is his first finals, but I was definitely a little disappointed in him. But it's his first finals, so he definitely gets the pass for his first one. And I definitely see the Celtics back in there in the next 5 years.
Yeah, I want to know your thoughts on Tatum kind of overall through the series because I think, you sent something in the group chat where his numbers were like very similar to Braun against the Spurs.
Right.
And it's kind of parallel, young player playing like a dynasty, so to say, in their first finals and losing. And I didn't think Tatum played terribly because some people were just like he was trash. Like he didn't do that. It was just kind of, I guess, on Nate's point, like the expectations of like we are considering you the young superstar now, and we expect you in this moment. My mentality. You was doing all this texting Kobe after the Eastern Conference Finals. I'm expecting a 30 ball damn near every night. So.
He won.
It was just kind of disappointing to see. It was more so I think the turnovers were really just like, God, like if they sent that double, he was coughing it up. So I kind of want to know your thoughts on Tatum throughout the series.
I feel like the main response I saw either like on NBA Twitter, like even in our group chat, right, was expecting Tatum to be more dominant, and that's a thing. Like dominant, I feel like it's something we can't just expect of every all NBA player or good player in our league, right? Like I think in our group chat, people were comparing it to like the dominance shown by Giannis or LeBron James, right? And my point was that those players are not only one of one, but two, those players are also another 50 pounds heavier. So there's a difference with the physicality level that what each player can withstand. And I'm not doubting Tatum's capabilities moving forward, but I'm just saying at this point in his career, to expect the dominance as far as scoring wise, I feel like that was the main thing that people were expecting. Like you said, 30-point games every game against the Warriors that are going to play well scouted, well planned defense against the same team that they're going to play for 7 games or 6 games. For a whole series, they have it mapped out. So when he's driving middle, they have someone there before he gets to do his pickup move and get fouled. Before, if he drives baseline, they're not letting him fade. No, they're sending a double. They're not letting you spin back towards the middle. They're sending someone to go swipe at it. They have scouting reports, set up for, the best of players and even like players that aren't going to be the greatest of stars. They have scouting reports for everybody 1 through 12. So, with that being said, I personally felt that Tatum about fit my expectations for as far as performance. If you look at overall performance and not just, I think people saw like what was it, 11-point game. People saw that, the low scoring game and kind of just like wrote them off because of like shot selection or shot field goal percentage and turnovers and kind of like wrote them off. And I think that if you look at an overall performance, I think it honestly was not as bad as people think. I think that it's kind of a touchy subject right now.
Gotcha. Nate, how did you feel about Brother Tatum in the finals?
Like I said before, I just expected a little bit more. Like I can definitely see what Julian is talking about. You know what I'm saying? For some people, that is the fit expectation, for him. But, coming out of high school, I just always knew Tatum was just going to be that guy because he had that triple threat ISO game. And what I saw last year in an elimination game against Brooklyn was completely different. I mean, boy had 50, like it was like nothing. Step backs, I mean, getting in the lane, slithering through, getting to his spots. I'm like, where's that Tatum? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to expect something from a player unless I've seen the dude do it. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. Golden State, man, they probably the second best defense in the league behind the Celtics. But, you know, Golden State does move their bodies and they have guys with quick hands. But Tatum did not once use his size to his advantage. I've seen him many times, and even in fast break situations where he didn't even look to attack somebody because he was thinking about that next defender coming to help. Like Julian said, they were absolutely bringing help defenders. They were bringing that second guy up on Tatum, and Tatum just, you know, he was getting flustered, and the decision making had to come and play. And it was some games where he actually facilitated the ball really well. You know what I'm saying? Like you saw, like when he got trapped, that, you know, he actually made some good passes, or even seeing a double team before it happened. Like, you know, he made some plays. You know, he had one game, you know, where he had 12 assists. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, Jason Tatum, you're on that floor to score, and that's what I want to see you do. You know what I'm saying? Not one 30-point game, not one game with 10 field goals. And it's not like this Boston team has role players where it's like, okay, I can rely on that. You know what I'm saying? Now, we saw Al Horford give us that 26-point game, but and Derek White also have a really good game. But that team isn't built to have those guys play like that. It's built for Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown to take over at the end of the day, and that's just what he didn't do. Not one game. You know what I'm saying? Not one. So I definitely expected more from him. And I definitely, you know, I can see him bouncing back from this game and playing in an important series and winning that, and understanding the importance of, even if it seems like it's hopeless, like I'm going to go out fighting. I'm not going to have no heart, and I'm going to kind of just play passive because I know that I'm just not effective right now. And Jason Tatum, that's kind of how he played. He played like, okay, I'm playing right into their hands. I might as well just not even be effective at all. And that's kind of how he played to me. So
Yeah.
I think he'll bounce back.
Yeah, on that last point, and bouncing back, I definitely think, I guess the two games they won was the game their role players like stood out. And I think it's on Brown and Tatum to get the other two to win the series. And they just couldn't do that. Yeah. Granted, the Warriors are the Warriors. It's a lot of fighters playing to it, but it's definitely on them to get the other two victories while the role players secured the two for them already. Now, I want to know, this is very early. The season just ended. But do y'all think we could possibly see a finals rematch next year? There's a lot of moves that can be made all season. We'll talk about Kyrie himself. But do you think we can see a finals rematch? Do you think the Warriors can win the West again? Do you think the Celtics can win the East again?
No to either.
Okay, why not?
This was also another year where a lot of guys got hurt, and I know that's a part of the game. But usually when there's a dominant forward in that Western Conference, that forward tends to win, or even in the Eastern Conference, that forward tends to win. Now, just happened on the East side, like you said, now right after the finals, you said probably the biggest what ifs is if Chris Middleton was healthy. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Giannis might have seen the Warriors, and that would have been a great finals. But we all know nobody's stopping Giannis on that team. You know what I'm saying? The Warriors stopped Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, and they took them to 6. So, you know what I'm saying? So, but on the Western Conference side, I see, you know what I'm saying, I see the Lakers kind of fixing what they got over there, and I see the Clippers.
Yeah, people forget about the Clippers. Kawhi. People are forgetting about the Clippers just sitting there.
The Clippers bringing Kawhi and PG back, and their team made the 8th seed without them even playing the whole season. So, and then we got Denver. I need to see Denver play fully healthy as well. So, you know, there's a lot of teams in the West where I just don't think the Warriors are going back to back. But like I said, man, what can we say now? They did it again. They did it again, man. I didn't think they would do it. So who knows?
I agree. I definitely think the West is the biggest toss up, right? Because there's the question of, will the Lakers figure it out?
Mm-hmm.
Will the Warriors repeat? What happens as far as money moves with the Warriors roster as well? There's a possibility of players moving around, and those players, you know what I mean, play a large role with Jordan Poole, Wiggins, and possibly even Clay. That's another factor. And then we obviously saw the Mavericks make a big move in the offseason to get Christian Wood for pennies. And I think that low key like should
Got all
scare
of
people. Like you said, the West is definitely a toss up, and we saw what Luka can do when put his back against the wall. And I mean, with Christian Wood by his side, kind of making things a little bit easier, and they're keeping Dinwiddie. And if they potentially could pay Brunson, if they lose Brunson, I could see that happening. But if they keep Brunson, they have a really good core team. They may be able to get somebody out of there. And then we talked about now being a Chris Paul fan. Does Phoenix have another playoff run under Chris Paul? Does it happen again?
He's out of there.
I don't even know.
I don't know. But we'll see though. We'll definitely see. There's a lot of moves to be made on top of, like we said, the Clippers.
Jack Morant, one smoke.
Yeah, I'm about to say we can't forget the Grizzlies. Like, it's a toss up in the West, bro. It really is the wild, wild West.
The Pelicans with Zion. It's a lot to go on.
The Pellies was really fighting without their stars.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, like you said, they picked up CJ later in the season. Kind of had to like piece that together, but a full season with like a healthy Zion, CJ, Bi, and just a snagger for a big, and somebody can move the ball around, play defense. They might be all right.
Yeah.
And then looking to the East, my sleeper is, and I guess it's not really a sleeper, but Philly. People are forgetting that Philly got Harden kind of late in the game, and they try to patch things up. But I think Philly getting a full swing at it, a full try at it, and mind you, this is with Joel getting hurt in the playoffs. Philly getting a full try at it might change things. Definitely might change things. So I think that I'm interested to see how Philly turns out. I'm definitely interested to see a healthy Chris Middleton with Milwaukee, and hoping the rest of their team stays healthy as well. Yeah, I think the East is a little bit more easier to define. I'm interested to see what happens with Brooklyn and Ben Simmons. We haven't really gotten to see that guy in a jersey in a minute. And I want to see how that impacts it with, his influence on pace and defense, what that would possibly mean for Brooklyn. I think that they need something like that. I feel like he would fulfill a Bruce Brown role, but he's way better. I'm going to push the pace. I'm going to play really good defense, but I'm 6'10", and you know what I mean? It's totally different. Totally different. So I'm interested to see Brooklyn for sure, Milwaukee, sleeper on the East Coast. I think the Cavs. I don't know if they plan to make any moves, but they honestly have a very solid roster. They have a point guard, they have a big. They picked up LeVert. I think that they got a solid team, and they're young and energetic, and they play together. And they were kind of on the cusp of it. I feel like they kind of got forgotten about. Similar with the Hawks. I think the Hawks, to go from being, advancing so far in the playoffs the previous year, and then to kind of get cut out of it very short. I think that they maybe have to do some reevaluation on maybe get another playmaker on their team, so that way it's not Trey, because I think they're trying to emulate similar to what the Mavericks do with Luka, but Trey's not necessarily Luka.
Yeah,
I think that turns out two totally different ways. Not saying Trey's not great at what he does, because he is, but I think that they're about one move away from being like a serious contender. It just depends on who that move is to get. But as of right now, it's probably going to be, Nets, Philly, and Milwaukee kind of battling out.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I think Miami's cooked. Miami's cooked.
Yeah, I'm done with Miami too.
Yeah, I just like the fact that we just brought up several teams in both conferences, whereas a few years ago it was literally like, we're going to see Cavs and Warriors again. Like, there was no debate. Yep. So I just like the fact that we have the parity is finally back in the league. And it's beautiful to see. Mostly led by young players, which is even better to see. Not going to lie. Now, you brought up Brooklyn, which I've been a big proponent of. I want to see them fully healthy, because I feel like they're missing playmaking and defense. And Ben Simmons, literally, that's his best attributes.
Right.
But Ben Simmons could come back, and Kyrie Irving could not be there. Apparently, there's like a stalemate or impasse, as they're saying, with the contract situation on his future in Brooklyn. So, do you think he stays? Do you think he goes back team up with Bron? The Knicks, I don't know why you would go to the Knicks, but I mean, what do you think Kyrie Irving could end up?
That's your guy, Jim. I don't.
I think they have to give it another shot. I feel like I treat them the same as I treat Philly. Like, you got to give it another shot before we just like scrap this and make moves. And I think that, like we talked about, the benefit of having been on the team is going to help you not only with the starters with defense, but then on the bench. I feel like he's a pace pusher, and kind of when you have a pace pusher, I mean, we saw it in the finals with the Warriors, right? You have a pace pusher like a Draymond, right? Draymond would catch the board and just beeline straight down the middle of the court and just have his eyes up looking for shooters. Having been simply just fulfill that role, I guarantee you he could get near to a triple-double every game, even if it's 10, 10, and 10. With simply just doing the same thing that Draymond does, just pushing the pace, playing solid defense, grabbing the board, pushing the pace, and looking for scores. And I feel like on a team like Brooklyn, where you have so many volatile scorers, there's a possibility for success there. So I think that they have to give it a good shot, but I think that you have to give it a fair shot with that full team. You can't just keep scrapping pieces yet, not just yet.
Absolutely. I agree.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. I want to see them. Especially, I saw something on Twitter. It was like showing duos who played together like longer than KD and Kyrie, and I saw like Shaq and Bron. Like that's crazy.
That's crazy.
53.
Like, and that was old Shaq barely playing. Like he just wanted to go play with Bron just cause. Like, come on, bro, that's crazy. Okay, so now the season's over. I want to look at top 10s for both all time and both current. I say we start with current because I feel like this would be easier than all time. Yep. So let's see if we can get a cohesive 10 for the current, because I don't think our all time will be cohesive at all. So who is the best player in basketball? Is it still LeBron James? Because I'm not against having Bron still number one. He averaged 30 a game.
It's still LeBron James, but if we want to say who's the best overall basketball player now, it's Giannis, to me.
Giannis is my guy, so I'm not, hey.
The only thing he's literally the makeup of LeBron, but he's 7 foot 7'7", whatever wingspan he has. He does everything but shoot the ball. LeBron was that. He did everything in the league, played defense, shot, blocked, stole the ball, dominated inside, could pass. He can't pass just as good as LeBron. His IQ is nowhere near on the level as LeBron, but it's not a low IQ. You know what I'm saying? Giannis he's out there and he knows what he's going to do before he does it now. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not that raw, just long athlete. He can go out there and do that all game he wants, but we can see that he's trying to add some stuff into his bag. And I think this overall, somebody who just does almost everything, but kind of shoots the ball terribly. That's Giannis. And that was LeBron back then too. That was LeBron back then too. LeBron just shot the ball terribly, but he did everything else. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's Giannis right now, in my opinion. Number one.
Okay. So if we put Bron 1, I would put Giannis 2. Julian, who would you put number 2?
See, I still have KD 2. We got to remember.
Okay.
KD averaged 30 this year.
Yeah, he averaged 30 as well.
That's crazy.
I did.
And I know yes, he had kind of like a wounded team, so of course he's getting more looks, but it was a pretty efficient 30. KD's getting solid touches. Again, he's going to have some turnovers because he's more of a primary playmaker in that lineup without Kyrie in it, but Kevin Durant's still out here dropping 30 off on teams in the Eastern Conference where they're battling for position. I think we can't overlook him yet. I understand that Giannis has the rebounding ability, right, and the and the playmaking ability, but KD has shown flashes that when back against the wall, he can do just that. We've seen Kevin Durant in elimination games or in previous years, or Kevin Durant, drop triple doubles when he had to play 48 minutes and things of that nature, and drop a 50 ball if I have to. He can really do it all. It's just, okay, I understand my role here is a scorer. So I'm going to stay within my role until it's, all right, I need to win 100%. I'll give it everything I got. And I think that Kevin Durant shows that he can do that at any moment. He just saves it for the times where it's absolutely necessary. So I feel like as far as actual ability, in overall performance, I personally have Kevin Durant too. But Giannis, I'm talking about Giannis on his heels. Because Giannis had, what do you have, like against Boston? I think he had like a 40-point, 20 rebound, something ridiculous.
Yeah.
Where it was almost like Wilt-esque, where it was just like, didn't even seem natural for a guy to get this many boards and buckets, and he's not shooting a bunch of threes. I'm getting the board, I'm coming down the lane. I'm going to outwork you. I'm not going to be more skilled than you. I can't do as cool dribbles as you. Cool, I'm going to outwork you. That's where Giannis has the edge over KD for me. I feel like he has that outwork factor, and that's why he's so close to KD's heels. If he just gets, I don't even know what he necessarily needs to pass KD, because I don't want Giannis to not be Giannis anymore, if that makes sense. Like, I don't want him to step outside a game and he like forces threes, right? Like, I still want him to dominate where he's
the midi like KD, not like the same level of KD, but like the midi pull up.
Yeah, he has post fade bag too. He has post fade bag.
I mean, we saw a step back for the game winner. I mean, a game tire. I mean, the dude is including stuff in his game. It's like, okay,
he's getting better at it.
It's getting scary now. So
he's right on KD heels though.
So Bron, KD, Giannis is the top three. However you want to put it.
I'm cool with that. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm a LeBron fan, but I'm probably putting Giannis 1A, 1B to, LeBron 1A, 1B to Giannis for real. So we can do Giannis. I mean, we can do LeBron, KD, Giannis. Those are my top
those
three.
Solidified.
Those are the three. Okay.
Yeah.
Does Steph have to be 4? I'm assuming.
No.
No.
I'm still not. Steph
okay. Who we think? Kawhi, Embiid.
I would probably do
Yoke.
I would probably do, so if we're including Kawhi, I would probably do Kawhi.
That's what I had. Kawhi for.
I would probably have Kawhi. Because Kawhi, you can't deny the fact that he just plays defense, and he's one of those mini Giannis's. Like, I'm just going to play harder. But I'm a little bit skilled now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to take you to the midi, and I'm going to turn you around, pump fake, and I'm going to shoot off the glass. Like, he got that. You know what I'm saying? Like, Kawhi has that. He has a baggie now, so it's just time to see him play consistently. That's really it.
Healthy Kawhi, for sure, I think, is over Steph.
So that's 4?
Yeah. I think healthy Kawhi is definitely my 4. I think that the defense and and rebounding ability and still like playmaking, and maybe it's not necessarily like it has to be dimes, right? But making a play, as far as like his effort is going to get you a look, just like Giannis will.
Mm.
And I think that we can't count him out. And I think that hopefully this coming season will be a good place to exhibit that with the Clippers. We'll get to see a little bit more of that, because definitely miss seeing Kawhi in basketball. I mean, we got to remember this guy is the one that left the franchise after winning there, then went to another franchise and and won there too. Like, dude impacts whole teams. So on both sides.
Yeah, that I think it was game 5 or 6 in that Mavs series when he just went bonkers. It's just been ingrained in my head.
Yeah.
Like, he was doing like Harden step backs and stuff. I was like, when did you start doing this?
He was not doing that.
Yeah. That was not. Okay, so we have all small forwards. Well, Giannis is power forward. We have all forwards. 1, 2, 4. Do we have Steph at 5?
That's my fault.
Steph is 5. I'm cool with that.
Stephen is 5. I would put Joel Embiid at 6. I think he should have won MVP.
Yep.
I'm at 6. Would you put Yoke at 7 or Luka at 7?
I would probably put Luka.
Wait, who you have, Nate?
I think I got Luka before Yoke.
I had James Harden. Am I tweaking? Hear me out. Really think about it, though. We are watching injured Harden. If we're giving Kawhi benefit of the doubt,
Okay.
think about it. We're giving Kawhi benefit of the doubt. Let's look at pre-injured Harden. I just pull up something real quick.
Wait, we're talking about the 6th?
This would be 7. Embiid would be 6.
Wait,
No,
when?
yeah, this is 7.
Wait.
This is 7. This is after Embiid.
Yeah.
Oh, this is 7? Okay, this isn't that bad, but Harden is outside of my top 10. I don't have Harden in my top 10.
We got to remember Harden's last year. I mean, Harden's going to give
because we're talking about right now. We're talking about right
25, 9, and 11.
No, that's fine.
That is crazy.
But,
That's crazy.
9-11, he can't get 7, bro.
no. I got.
What's Luka giving you? It's not that.
It might be like 29, 8, and 8 though. Let me research.
It's going to be like 29, 7 and 7 or 29, 8 and 8.
Exactly.
One of the other.
He's giving you 28, 9 and 9.
28, 9 and 9, or 25, 9 and 11.
I think
I'm giving you an extra possession on a rebound.
The thing is, they're the same player, but Luka's points are going to be more impactful because he's more of a bruiser going to the rim. It's slow, but James Harden going to slow the game down. He may take a lot of bad threes that could get the easy leak outs, and he's probably going to get most of his buckets off of just free throws. So me personally, I'm taking Luka's 29, 8 and 8 over James Harden 29.
I'm also taking Luka because right now, currently, his 29 is more consistent. Like I can bank on Luka giving me probably 30 more than I can bank on James Harden giving me 30.
For sure. We got to see Harden's fit with Philly, though.
No, I agree.
And that's what it is.
This fit with Philly not solidified yet.
Should win MVP. James Harden should lead the league in assists. Like this is the year that should happen. I wholeheartedly agree. But I got Luka at
Luka at 7.
Beat is 6. Luka at 7. Okay, then what we got? Joker
Harden. That's so tough.
Shit, I got Ja in this one.
Over Jokic?
No. I got Jokic next, and then I got Ja.
So Jokic at 8, which I'm not mad at.
Where's Harden at?
He's not in there.
I got Harden at 12.
Damn.
So
because I got Jason Tatum at my 10.
What about? All right, hold on. All right, let's go through these one by one. So I'm cool with.
I got Devin Booker at 11, just right outside.
I'm cool with Luka being 7 because I had Harden 7. I had Luka 8. So then at 8, I'm cool with Jokic.
Yeah, I'm cool with Jokic
because I had Jokic 9 after Harden and Luka.
All right, I'm cool with Jokic 8.
So who y'all got? Luke. So you got Jokic.
So wait, to give you the 1 through 8 would be Braun, KD, Giannis, whatever order. Kawhi, Steph, Embiid, Luka, Jokic.
Yeah, my write-in ballot was Harden for in that mix, in that 1 through 8 mix, but somewhere in there.
So then we need 9 and 10.
I got Jokic, AD.
You got AD
10.
AD 10.
Hear me out.
Okay,
Hear me out. If we're giving Kawhi the benefit,
I see how we're doing the top 10 now.
If we're giving Kawhi the benefit, AD.
I see what we're doing now. I thought we were doing top 10 right now, but we did add.
We have Kawhi. So, we have to put Kawhi in there just off the screen.
Straight talented players. Okay, bump Ja but James can be at 10. I'll put AD. I'll put AD at 9.
So y'all would do 8
because he should be
AD Harden.
Yeah, he should be high. But my top 10 list for right now had Ja and Jason.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm putting. Oh, see, that's another
name.
That's another problem. I was gonna say Kyrie. Kyrie played crazy this year. I know he played like 20 games, but like he had a 60 ball in there. He averaged like 27. Like,
did he play better than Ja though?
To be honest, neither one of them played better than Dame. Like, I mean, Dame only played 30 games this year, but previous year Dame had 29, 4, and 8 dimes.
Yeah, that was the year that he really had to
Dame
do
was
everything.
the second best point guard. He was.
Like, bro was going dumb. This year, you know what I mean, 24-7, 4-7. He's going to give you 25 plus, 4 rebounds, 7 plus assists.
All right, so are we going off of who we think is best in the league right now, regardless if they injured, regardless what happened this season, or are we talking about the best 10 that performed from this 2021-2022 season, and we
If
ranking them
Kawhi's
down
in it, we got to
for
do
next
best right now.
Yeah, we do best right now, and I think Dame would be number one at that case.
Yeah, Dame would have to be 9.
Yeah, I think I got Dame over AD if we're doing that.
Harden would have to scoot out of there.
And then
You're putting Harden and not AD?
Because AD has to be there.
AD has to be over
10.
Nah, hold on.
over Dame, not going.
Nah, hold on. AD's giving you 26 and 9, and 26 and 10.
So as of late, 24, 10, and 3.
Dame is going to give you 28 and 7. 7 being dimes, though. It's 20.
No, I got Dame at. We got Dame at 9. AD at
Harden
10.
is going to give you 25, 9, and 11.
AD or Harden.
Harden is not getting you that. anymore.
Harden is getting you. He averaged 20. Hold on. I'm pretty sure Harden averaged 28 and 11.
He did, but Harden is not giving you that.
And
right
and
now,
that's in this. That's in the 20 games he played in Philly. It was 21, 7, and 11. And in the 44 games he played in Brooklyn, it was 23, 8, and 10. You tell me he can't give me more buck a game when he figure it out? Nah, he gonna chop something down. He gonna give me a tray ball.
I think I would take Harden over AD.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. AD got
gonna take Harden
for me.
okay.
For me.
Like really, this was my original thing. But I mean, AD. If we talk about the best players, that AD would probably have to be in the top 10 most talented.
Yeah, he's a
I would probably put him over Dame. But I mean, Dame is, if we talk about available point guards, he'd probably be in that top 3. One of those top 3 point guards.
I ain't gonna lie. The honorable mention is crazy.
Yeah, honorable mention is crazy because PG somewhere in the mix.
Yeah, Tatum, Reed,
Tatum in the mix, Reed in the mix,
Ja.
Book.
Ja.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
Yeah,
no.
mention is crazy.
Come on.
We're the league is in great hands.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's great.
Trae Young. I mean,
Yeah, it's
The league is in great hands, bro.
But that's our 10. Bron, Giannis, KD, however you want to have them. Kawhi, Steph, Embiid, Luka, Jokic, Dame, and Harden. So that's a debate.
Cool.
But if you thought that was a debate, well, now it's time for the all-time top 10. Now I'm gonna give you my top 5.
Yeah, top 5 is cool. Top 5 is cool.
Based off my criteria, I can easily give you my 5. My criteria for the top 10, top 5, is the best player at each position. I can't put you over nobody in the top 10 if you're not the best player at your position.
Okay.
So that's how I feel. So I'm going to have Braun at 1. I'm going to have Mike at 2. I'm going to have Kareem at 3. I'm going to have probably Tim at 4. And I'm going to have Steph at 5. And that's how I'm going to rock with it.
Go first, Nate.
Top 5.
Steph 5?
Okay.
Yeah. All respect to Magic Johnson.
Steph jumped to but to 5?
All right. So this is my top 5. I got MJ, LeBron. I don't really care because I'm a LeBron fan, but MJ was the first to do it. So MJ, Braun, you can't really put anybody in those 2 positions. Kareem, of course. Then the 4 is tricky because if we're talking about like dominant, some of the best players, like I'm not just gonna.
It's not just accolades.
Hold so much. Yeah, I'm not just gonna hold so much weight to those team accolades. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put Kobe at 4, and then I'm gonna probably put I'll probably put Timmy at that 5th position. But that's only respect because he did come in the league and win, and he was one of the best defenders as well as leading his team and just facilitating and scoring. You know what I'm saying? He did that. That's my top 5. So I got MJ, Braun, Kareem, then I got Kobe, then I got Timmy.
Okay. Who's your 5?
All right. So I'm kind of on the same boat as Chase. I have Braun 1, personal preference.
Yep.
MJ 2, of course. They could do 1A, 1B, honestly. Kareem 3 locked in.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Mm-hmm. So this, like you said, the 4 is tricky. And when you talked about dominance, I thought you might have been going the same way I was going. I had Shaq 4.
And I'm not mad at that, bro.
Just because if you actually compare, like, don't get me wrong, Kobe's OD, but if you actually compare Shaq and Kobe side by side at a lot of points in their career, I feel like if Shaq would have retired a little bit earlier, this conversation would have been a little bit more clear cut to see. But if you just exclude shave those last years off of Shaq's career, like the Boston years, even when he went to like Cleveland, and like if you just shave those off, it's clear cut. Shaq is over Kobe as far as personal stats and just dominance. And I feel like Shaq should have like an asterisk on his name just because the accolades he didn't get. He was born in the wrong era as far as like because of the accolades. And I say that because, for example, like I was looking at like Shaq never got a depoy. And I was like, why does Shaq never get a depoy? Like I never once had the stigma in my mind that Shaq didn't play defense.
Yeah.
There were like I think his first year in the league, he averaged like 27, 10 plus rebounds, and like 3+ blocks, which would like easily get you depoy with the rebounds and blocks today.
But it's other centers in there.
But Hakeem Olajuwon had averaged like 4+ blocks every year that Shaq would have possibly gotten depoy. And you had Hakeem in the mix, you had who else? David Robinson in the mix, Alonzo Mourning with like the 90s, the bigs that Shaq basically lost depoy to were like just OD. And there's no discredit to them, right? No discredit to Shaq either. Like I'm still saying Shaq's dominance overall. He just doesn't get those depoy accolades on top of him averaging those crazy amount of points and rebounds. And I feel like if he would have those depoy accolades, we have a totally different conversation right now. So I feel like I put Shaq 4 and Kobe's my 5. Kobe's got to be top 5 all time. 16 his last game is top 5.
Yeah, that's great.
I'm not mad at it. That's how I do my top 5. And I'm not mad at most at Magic over Steph. That way, if I had Magic at 5, Steph would probably be some. I don't know if Steph would be in the top 2. I don't know. But because you're going against Magic, I'm going point guard. Who's the best point guard all time? I'm taking the guy who like can do something nobody else can do over the one of the best playmakers I've ever seen. So, but 6.
Can't teach that 6'9".
Yes. It's OD. Don't get me wrong. 6 through 10. I will probably do Shaq, Kobe back to back. However you want to put them. I don't really matter. 6, 7. Then Magic will be 8. I'm a big Hakeem guy, so Hakeem is going to be in my top 10. I probably put him at 9, and then to round it out, I want to say Larry Legend. At 10. I'm trying to think of any big. Like I could throw Wilt in there. You could throw Bill Russell out of respect in there. But I might go with Larry. At 10. That'd be my 10.
Okay.
I'm probably my 6 through 10. I said LeBron, MJ, Kareem, Kobe, and Timmy. I'm probably gonna put Shaq at 6. Then I'll do Magic at 7. Then I gotta throw, just off the strength of my dad and the stories that I've heard about this man Wilt, and even the videos that I've seen. The man could play in any era. I don't care. But first of all, a lot of people think the man played against smaller guys. Nah, there was almost 20 big men that went into the Hall of Fame while Wilt was playing. Why do you think he didn't win a lot of
Right.
championships? Because the Bill Russells and all those teams were established before he got there. But just off of we're never gonna have anybody score 100. And I've gotten confirmation, seen confirmation. My dad showed me stuff. That man scored 100 points, and we ain't gonna see nobody that's done that before. So Wilt's got to be what? Shaq at 6, Wilt at 7, two most dominant big men ever. Then I gotta go Magic at 8. Then I'm gonna go. Damn, it's a lot of big men. Then I'm gonna go Hakeem at 9, and then Bird at 10. I mean, I really wanted to put Bill Russell in there, but there's just guys that are better. I'm sorry. I mean, and we're just talking about who's better individually on an all-time list, not just team-wise, because you had a lot of guys going to the Hall of Fame with you. So yeah, I'm gonna round that 10 out with Hakeem. So those 3 is just straight big men: Shaq, Wilt, Hakeem, and then Magic.
I feel it. I think I'm glad to see that we all are actually talking about the same 11-ish players.
Mm-hmm.
And if we just like have them ordered slightly differently just based on like personal opinions. But I think that one just shows the greatness of those players that we're talking about, right? That it's just so clear cut that these guys are the top of the top, regardless of how you want to lay it out, locked in.
Yeah.
I think at 6, after Cole, I have to go Wilt. Just because, like Chase said, the significance of a 100-point game and what that means for the game, like that can't be beat. Like you said, that no one's gonna touch that again. I think that's incredible. Mind you, while not shooting any threes, and also I'm pretty sure Wilt was playing in the era where they didn't record blocks. So, like, think about what he was probably doing to people. Like, you know what I mean? If people had the concept, if people had the mindset that, oh, like, there weren't a lot of other bigs around him, okay, cool. If that's the case, then imagine what he was averaging block-wise.
Yeah, 7 blocks a game.
Because for his career, he's averaging 30 and 22 rebounds. So,
yeah.
just imagine what that was. So, like, off the strength of his historically his significance and what record books show and the stats show, I have to have him 6. I wasn't able to see him, so I can't necessarily place him top 5. But I feel like Wilt would translate, like Mason as well, to our game today. I always say that Giannis, I feel like, is modern day Wilt. I feel like he's a big that just learned how to push the ball instead of running with it, learn how to push it himself. But I feel like they're the same type of freak athlete that just transcends basketball from 1 through 5, that they could probably be able to do it all with their freak athleticism. At 7, I have Magic. And in previous conversations, I had a debate with Magic or Steph with my pops. And I think realizing Magic's significance for his era, his ability to, I think, with the Magic Steph debate, right? We typically discredit Magic just because, he was 6'9" playing the 1. When I feel like that's not necessarily fair to do. I feel like if anything, we have to big up a player that was that big. That only adds to the greatness of Magic. He's a big man basically running the 1. He's as tall as Bill Russell running point guard. They wouldn't never allow Bill Russell to run the point guard. You know what I mean? So that adds to his greatness. And on top of that, that just adds to his ability as a player. Imagine yourself as a GM and you have a 6'3" point guard and a 6'9" point guard, and they can both pass the ball. I'm 100% going to choose the 6'9" point guard. It's easy, clear cut. So that's why I feel like that adds to the greatness of Magic. And on top of the fact that he won a ring his first year in the league, on top of the fact that he has finals MVPs over Steph. He has regular season MVPs over Steph. He has assist leader records. He has more steal champ records than Steph. I kind of have to give him the nod at this point in time. Now, don't get me wrong. If Steph has another championship season, maybe gets an MVP or a Finals MVP, I think that we can change the dialogue a little bit. But right now, I have to keep Magic at my 7th spot. Now, in between Steph and Magic, there is a little wiggle room, and I think I put Hakeem at Hakeem is 8, and Timmy is 9, and I think Timmy honestly has a very similar resume to Kobe. Some would argue even better. So that's why Timmy has to have that position, you know what I mean, in the top 10 for sure. And I feel like Hakeem just has the one up on Timmy as far as overall stats. Timmy definitely has the accolades, but Hakeem with the depoys and his defense and his footwork and that skill and talent, unicorn. He's 100% a unicorn.
Yeah.
So I have those guys at 8 and 9, and then Steph is my 10, and I would definitely honor an argument for Larry at 10 over Steph. I wouldn't be mad at it, but personally, just seeing Steph's impact, in person and in our generation, and knowing his cultural impact on the game of basketball, and now kids want to go get on the gun instead of like trying to dunk the ball at warm ups, or kids want to work on their 3-point shot, and in fast break basketball now it's a 3-on-2 break. They're not looking to get a layup anymore like they used to teach us in basketball camp, but now kids are spreading the corners and trying to get threes. He did that. His impact did that, and so it's beautiful to see. I don't think that he necessarily ruined a game of basketball, but like Iman Shumpert is once said, he might have just, basically changed the way that basketball is played. He just it's a new version of basketball. He might not have ruined basketball. They're just not playing the version that older generations like anymore, which is cool. So yeah, I have Steph 10. Career wise, he's averaging the same thing that Kobe's averaging. Obviously, doesn't have the same accolades, right? But doesn't have the defense aspect. But his ability to play make without necessarily passing you the ball, but just setting you a pin down, or you setting a pin down for him and being able to slip to the rim, and add on to the fact that he's going to have 2 players, possibly more, be Hall of Famers at the end of their career just because of his impact on their career with Draymond and Clay, and probably even Iggy.
Yeah.
He's gonna impact these guys' career forever and make Hall of Famers, just like Magic was able to facilitate and make Jamal Wilkes a Hall of Famer, and make James Worthy a Hall of Famer. I'm not even gonna count Kareem just because Kareem is gonna be Kareem, but I think Steph's impacted people's career and definitely helped a lot out on a lot of guys' careers. So I definitely think he facilitates in his own way. So yeah, Steph's my 10. Honorable mention, Larry.
I like all our lists. I like the one thing I find most impressive about Steph and Tim is like they're gonna leave like their careers like probably like not the best player. I mean, Tim might have been the best player at one time, but like when you think of the 2000, you think of Kobe or whatever. It's like, dang, Tim snuck out 5 rings under the Kobe into LeBron era.
Yep.
Steph snuck out 4 rings under the LeBron era. So it's like, it's just very impressive, like how they like, maybe they don't get talked about as the best players, or like people try to, but it's like, end of the day, they got multiple rings just kind of underneath the umbrella of like who was the best player at that time. It's very impressive.
Yeah, absolutely.
And on the Shaq point, I'm not mad at you to play Shaq 4, especially over Kobe, because when I see like Shaq like finals numbers sometimes, it just look impossible. It'd be like 30 and 20 average in the final. How did you do that?
In 30, it's not no little 30. He was averaging like 30, 37. Like
that's just
no threes. He's not shooting a single three. He's dunking it. This is all dunks and free throws, and he's not hitting those either. That's crazy, bro. 30-some on dunks. That's what I'm saying. Like that's why Giannis is like getting the the appreciation that we see today because it's dominance. And it's like, imagine that amplified, right? With Shaq. Like, that's even more amplified. So, yeah.
Okay. I think we've come to the end of the basketball talk. It's been fun. I had stuff at 5. Yeah, kind of looked at me crazy, but
Yeah, that was wild.
based on my criteria,
That's wild.
Hey man, it's based on the criteria I have for the top 10. What I want to do is, songs of the day, question of the day before we get up out of here. What is my song of the day? That is a great question. I would say my song of the day is the song when I do you ever listen to I Don't Know? The artist I Don't Know?
I don't.
Yeah.
But I know
I
he is.
actually do a little.
Okay. He dropped I'm not gonna lie, he dropped an album that is in the vein of the new Drake album, like that lane. It's just better produced. I'm not gonna cap to you.
Dance music?
Yeah. And there's a song called Breathe on there that is very much fire. Let's check it out sometime. For those who don't like the Drake album, we're gonna talk about the Drake album, but for those who don't, this album is definitely for you. I understand.
Yeah, it's tough.
100%. What are y'all songs of the day though?
Mine is definitely, I told Julian this the other day, I'm not even a big YoungBoy fan like that, bro. But Vet Motors, that boy had my head really bobbing to that John. I'm like, dang boy, that was like that. I was like that. Not gonna lie. Probably my favorite song out right now. First song I listen to when I go in the gym. I need that. I need that. Vet Motors.
Yeah. I think for me, right now it's like a tie between and this is a Drake album, 2 Drake album songs.
Okay.
Right now it's a tie between Jimmy Cooks, which everyone has been talking about as Drake only gave us 1 rap song on the whole album, right? It's like the 1 rap song. It goes without saying that's going to be, in my playlist as soon as I get in the car, right? But also, Text Go Green is low-key a sneaky vibe, sneaky good vibe, just good energy. And I think that's something important that people need to realize is that, I don't think that Drake necessarily made this album for a certain type of energy that people were expecting. And so that he made it for a different type of energy that, maybe you'll walk into rather than you were already expecting. You're going to walk into that moment and you're like, wow, this song came on a shuffle, or this type of vibe when I'm driving. Actually, it needs this song. This song fits this moment right now where it's or you're in a club, it fits that moment. You don't necessarily need the Jimmy Cooks song all the time, but the other songs with the Afro beats and whatnot are going to give you, or the house music is going to give you a different vibe that you may not have thought you needed, but it's going to be uplifting. And I think that that's something I appreciate with the new album.
Yeah. On the Drake album, give a slight review. When I listened to it the first time, I was kind of with the crowd of what is this? It was just essentially when I listened to it, was just it's a lot of spacing, not a lot of words, kind of beat flowing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm not here for. I've seen Drake in this lane, Blim, Controller, Get It Together. That's elite Drake, house music. But then I re-listened to it and also heard it outside some, on Juneteenth. I went to this thrift flea market outside. It was nice weather. Black people was vibing, and Fall Back came on. And I don't like the voice, that high pitched voice. I don't like that. But even then, just outside vibing with black people, it's this is tough. This is I described this album most of the songs that come on this album, your hips just gonna start moving out of nowhere. It's this is kind of groovy. Oh no. Yeah, so yeah, I would say I like the album overall. Now I listen to it more, but I can see the hate, but I feel at some point it's like you said, you're gonna get with the vibe. It's gonna just hit you out of nowhere.
For sure.
Nate, did you get a chance to listen to it? How did you feel about it?
I actually haven't listened to the whole thing. I'm not even really a big once music drops anymore. It just I just have the urge to listen to it. But I just started listening to it last night, and I probably would have to say just from listening to Sticky, I was yeah, Now, by the way, I work at a nightclub, so it's like I already know these DJs literally just gonna remix this jump and just play it every single night, bro. But Jimmy Cooks with 21 Savage was definitely tough. All these was cool. Tied to Binds. Like, this is like real dance music. Like, Drake ain't just make something in his version. Like, he made something that everybody could listen to. And that's why probably everybody thought like, oh, this is not Drake. But it's like, okay, this is something that y'all be listening to. So just keep listening to it. And so after he said that, he was like, everybody was like, well, yeah, it ain't bad. And I'm bobbing my head. So,
yeah. Another favorite on the album is A Keeper. Is one of my favorites as well.
Yeah.
Definitely a vibe. Now my last question for y'all. We've gotten Drake this summer. We've gotten Kendrick this summer. Two of the bigger names. Who else do y'all need an album from before the year is over? My vote is LaFlame, Travis Scott. I need it ASAP. Like, I understand, Scandal. That was on my man's head. Cool. I think enough time has passed.
Need those.
I need it. Man. I need the LaFlame album in my ear ASAP.
I need dirt. I need some dirt. I need some dirt here. I need just one album. I don't need it to be right now. I don't need it to be summer cranks. But I need by by September, like late summer, like early fall. Okay. I need dirt cranks, new dirt. If it can be, I need at least one Lil Baby feature, probably one Drake feature, maybe a old Bond feature that he could like throw on there, and I'll be cool. Give me like 13, 14 tracks, one to two Pain songs.
Yeah,
I'll be straight.
I don't even need an album for real. I just need Thugger to remix Rico from Meek Mill. You know what I'm saying? With him and Gunna. I just really want an underground trap freestyle mix of that jump. Once they, I don't know if they will, but just hoping that they still can make music and somehow they can kind of talk about this a little bit, for real. And honestly, the only way they can, the biggest thing they can do to give back at this point is kind of just telling people how to avoid this. I know they won't literally rap like that word for word in their music, but somehow, some way, I just hope they're given a chance to speak again. And I just would like to hear that remix with him and Gunna on how Meek Mill and Drake slip on that joint. I just want to hear a remix with him and Gunna single.
That would be crazy, like a little YSL from prison type.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. I was listening to Slime Season 2 Thug the other day, and it's just like it's magical. It's really magical music. Like, he was
his ear for music is just amazing. I mean, Drake has a similar ear. Like, he just knows what sounds good. Like, nothing that they put out is gonna sound bad. And that it's like such a dramatic thing to say, but it's really true. Like, they just know, like, no, sonically this sounds good. It could be the weirdest thing. Like, Young Thug would literally like shriek on a song, but like it'll sound like hard. Good. Or, you know what I mean? Drake is giving us house beats and Afro beats, but like it's in the rotation because it sounds good. Like, it makes no sense that, bro, they just know. They're paid professionals. That's what they do. So
yeah. And also, before we get off music in this, Little Baby drops next month, and it's gonna take over the whole summer. I just know. I don't even know what to come. I just know, like, it's gonna take over the summer. Like, there's rarely artists nowadays that like stick. Like, when their music drops, like, we'll bump it, of course, but when My Turn dropped, I think you sent it to me like a month or two ago. Like, you was like, this is a crazy album.
It's an OD album
when you look at it, and like
all the songs on there, bro.
Yeah, so I just expect that again from Lil Baby next month. It's gonna be great. Also, I've been hearing some singles off of like if Chris Brown has been releasing, and I know they're going on tour and they both about to drop. I think Chris Brown album might be a vibe. I'm not gonna lie to you.
His albums are always a vibe.
If it's 40 plus songs, I'm not listening to it. I let him do it one time, bro. He pull it again. I respect him. I'm gonna listen to the first 12 like it's a regular album, bro, and I'm done. Yeah, have to give me the first 12.
40 is crazy, bro.
Yeah, no, I respect it. I think we've touched on everything we need to do with this episode. Any last words? Anything I want to say before we got here?
Nothing. You know what I'm saying? I do like to end it with a whatever a motivational quote, but just pray more and worry less about the uncontrollable.
Like that.
Yeah, deal. That's wise words, man.
Say that. It's been episode 57, Air McNair Podcast. We'll be back, sometime in the near future with more guests and a great time.
Faith.
We all have bad takes. Why not listen to mine?